Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow.
It's art time with Mr. Mayberry. Let's get busy.
Merry Christmas and welcome to Art Time with Mr. Mayberry. Today I'm going to show you how to make a paper snowflake. So let's get started. It's time to make some art. For this project we'll need a pair of scissors and a square piece of paper. So let's get started. You'll need to start with the square. We'll turn it like a diamond and then fold it in half like a triangle. Try to line up the corners as best you can. Okay, next we'll fold the right bottom corner of the triangle over to the left bottom corner. Press down good on your fold. Okay, next we're going to be folding it into thirds. So I'm going to take this edge, and it really doesn't matter which side you start with, but I'm going to start with this edge right here and fold it over a third of the way. And what happens is the space that is left should be pretty close to equal with the shape that you get. And what I mean by that is this shape right here should be about the same size as this space that's left. So you have basically two triangles that are shaped the same and the same size. Now in the next step we'll find out how close I got it, and it may need some adjustment. Okay, and the next step is to flip the whole thing over. Now we're going to fold this edge over to this side. And it should, if I did it right, everything should line up pretty close. I'm not too far off that I can see, so I'm going to leave this. Try to get those edges so they're going the same direction. So this is the next step. Now if you look at this from the end, it's kind of like a zigzag letter. That looks like a letter S from the top. Okay, next I'm going to cut off the top portion. From here on out it's just cutting and then unfolding. I'm going to cut off the top portion here. So I'm really cutting off these two tips and making kind of a curve. It should look almost like an ice cream cone. So like this. Now as we're cutting, it's tempting to want to unfold it and see what it looks like. I would recommend not doing that until the very end, because once you unfold it, it can be hard to put back together. Now, you can cut off of the bottom, the top, or the sides, but there's one rule, and that is you need to leave a folded space or a folded section between your cuts. And let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. Now, first I'm going to cut off the tip. This will make a hole inside of the snowflake, and you can do whatever design you want. You could make it round, or you can make it slanted, but you can cut that tip off. And if you cut it big enough, you could actually use that tip to make an even smaller snowflake. But for now, the one I cut was probably too small to do that. Alright, then I'm going to cut off from both sides. And so I'm going to leave a little bit of space right here that's folded. And the reason for that is if you have to, when you open it up, it has to have something connected as you unfold, because if it doesn't, then it'll all fall apart. Okay, so you can see how it's starting to make a shape here, and this part is folded and above it is folded. I have some more room here. I think I'll cut out another shape up here. Something else that you could probably notice there with that circle, I cut half of a circle. So when you open it up, it gives you a full circle. You could do the same thing if you wanted to cut out a heart. You could cut out half of a heart, or some other type shape. If you cut out half of it, when you open it up, you'll get the full shape in your design. Okay, now I'm going to cut off of this side. And I think I'll just cut one big long piece. But I'm leaving a folded section here. And then I'm going to leave a folded section down here at the bottom. Now, each time you make one of these, unless you just are cut exactly in the same exact spots, every snowflake should look a little different. Okay, then I'm going to cut off of the top here as well. Now the top you don't have to worry about folds because there are none. So you just cut out whatever design or shape you want to on the top. You might want to cut this over a trash can or over a table, and so it's easier to clean up your mess when you're finished. Okay, so I've made all the cuts I can at this point. I've cut out of both sides, off the bottom and off the top. And now it's time to unfold it and see what we get. You can hang these up to display them. And if you have enough of them, it'll look like you have a snowstorm. So this is our project for today, a paper snowflake.
Well, now that you know how to make a paper snowflake, you might try starting with different sized pieces of paper. Thanks for coming to art class, and I'll see you next time.
See you later. Hi, bye.
Needs more sugar.